Welcome back, fellow adventurers. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing adventures playing Lost Horizon. Well, adventures currently in Tibet. Alright, let's see. We've crashed, we're stuck here. I know I played a little bit of this, I sort of had to go back and start again. And I only sort of found some of this stuff by accident, figuring out how to get some places. But so I'll go through and get to where we need to be. Okay. Okay, we got this. Okay, what we want to do is take that. And we're going to cut the jacket.
Ah, that'll work. I can cut out the jacket lining to find some kind of document.
Okay, which may be useful. Document. Let's take a look at the document.
If my German's up to scratch, which it isn't, but let's assume it is, then this is the permit you need for safe escort through a foreign country during a military operation. I should have a closer look at it.
That's an interesting version of the Thule Geschäft, or Thule Society logo, sort of de-swastika. And Expedition Group Vril, if you know anything about the Vril. So, interesting. And now I can't read the German beyond that. Okay. Now, so we have all this stuff here.
Okay, I'll put the lambskin on the sled so I'll have a nice soft seat next time. Hey, this is starting to look like an animal.
To find this, I was literally just sort of eventually just clicking and dragging over what might be used with something else, kind of thing.
And now for some legs. Wow, this thing is uncannily lifelike. I mean, if I squint my eyes a bit, it starts to scare me.
Okay, well, let's go up here.
I wonder what'll happen next. Ah, it destroyed my beautiful handiwork. Oh well.
Okay, well. Let's pick up this. Let's see, there's a couple other points of interest.
This seems to be a place of worship for the locals, although it looks like they might have more popular tourist attractions. They look like ritual incense sticks.
Let's get a few of those.
I don't want to steal these and end up getting smited. Oh, ancient Tibetan god, if you want to hold on to these, please give me some sign. Nope, I guess we're good. I haven't the faintest idea what that is. Looks like coal, though. What are those strange lumps? Looks like coal. Or... oh no, of course not. It's poo.
Okay, so we're gonna put that into here.
Pleasant aroma or not, this stuff is better off in there than outside, and I feel more comfortable about it.
So we'll try to get through this efficiently. I need to get Kim down from there. Okay, we want to do two things. One, we want to look at
this horn broke off when the Algali went after my sled. Oh, and now the leather strap is coming off. Great.
Okay, well, let's wet this.
Okay, I'll wet the leather strap. It's That's cold. Oh, nice. The strap's frozen through already.
And we want to...
Let's see. That stuff actually burns. And it doesn't even smell that bad. Finally, a stroke of luck.
Okay. Let's see here. First, let's light one of these incense sticks.
I've lit an incense stick. The smell from this thing could wake the dead. This smoke is vile. Let's hope it wakes her up. Kim! You alive?
What? Yeah, I think so. Oof, what's that awful smell?
Sorry, I had to wake you up somehow. And I didn't really think you'd like the alternative. Are you sure you're okay?
Pretty sure. My head is aching and I'm cold as ice, but other than that, everything's fine.
We have to get you out of there. Help me lift the roof of the cockpit. Damn it, it's barely budging.
Now what? You better have a plan B.
I'm working on it.
Whatever you're doing, do it faster.
I need more strength to get the cockpit off.
Okay, now I took a long time trying to figure this one out. We can use this. Put the parachute down.
That might work. Let's get this chute hooked up to the cockpit.
Of course, one of the big problems is it might just have taken the whole plane off down the way they do it, but...
I can lift the cockpit a little bit, but not high enough to free Kim. Okay, ripcord time. Did you see that? Done.
Wonderful. I'm gonna kill you anyway.
Do it later. Right now, we have to get you out of this wreck. Well, thawed out again. You slept almost 4 hours.
I'm still pretty cold.
Move about a bit. You'll warm up. We've got the fire burning. We're not going to keel over anytime soon.
Wow, you really know how to reassure a girl. So what do we do now? Let me guess. You'll think of something.
We'll have to stay here for the night. It'll be dark soon.
A whole night? In the cold? Oh, wonderful. That's something to tick off my to-do before I die list. Probably the last thing. Remind me, you made me leave Hong Kong because... What was it you said? To be safe? Yeah, that was it. Come with me, you said. Otherwise the triads will kill you, you said.
Kim.
You're safe with me, you said. The great hero, Fenton Paddock.
Kim!
Let Fenton Paddock keep you safe. Absolutely no chance of being chased by triads, shot down by Nazis, and stranded in the middle of the Himalayas to freeze to death. No, sir.
Kim, shut up for a second and listen to me. While you were sleeping, I checked out your uncle's documents.
So?
He was traveling this region in 1922 with a researcher named Arthur Hayes. Ring any bells?
Yes, Uncle Wang told me about that expedition. Many times. Professor Hayes had taken him along on his Himalaya trip as a cartographer.
Well, I noticed something really strange. Most of his notes are written in traditional Chinese, but your uncle wrote some of the sections in a language I've never seen before. According to what I could read, he and Hayes were looking for a monastery, which they figured was in this region. Do you know what that means?
That you can't read every kind of language?
Be serious. If there really is a monastery somewhere around here, it might be a safe place to head towards.
Okay. My uncle sometimes wrote certain things in a kind of secret script that only he and I could decipher. Show me the documents.
Here, can you read any of it?
Well, it says here that a storm hit and my uncle and Professor Hayes took shelter in a cave.
We were more than happy to have found shelter in time. When we moved further into the cave, we noticed we were not the only ones seeking shelter there. In the glow of our torches, we recognized a man leaning against the cave wall. Hayes spoke to him, but the stranger did not react. On closer inspection, we realized why. The man was dead. He was frozen stiff, and it was likely he had already been there for quite some time. The man was wearing a monk's robe and presumably had an attack of weakness during a pilgrimage. Hayes brought my attention to something. The torn up and burnt remains of a parchment lay beside the corpse. It is possible that the monk had used the last of his strength to build a fire. On examining the burnt remains more closely, it turned out to be a map. Hayes was able to determine a few checkpoints, and thus conclude that it showed the region we were in. The texts we were able to identify on the map were written in an ancient script, of which Hayes was able to translate little. While the professor's eyes wandered across the map, he suddenly gasped. His trembling fingers moved over one word: Kembalong. Hayes, who had studied every possible source of information prior to beginning his expedition, explained that many myths and legends shrouded a valley by that name. They say there is an ancient monastery in the valley where no outsider has ever been. According to the legends,
That's in
the
Bhutan.
monks from Kembalong Valley guard an ancient and very powerful secret. It was possible that we had come across a key to this hidden valley, and Hayes suddenly became excited when he realized what that could mean for him, the leader of the Tibet expedition. In that moment, I took a closer look at the dead monk. Could he be one of those monks living a secluded life in the valley? Where did he want to go? Or was he returning from somewhere and didn't have the strength to continue? My eyes dropped to his hands, and I noticed that the fingers of his left hand were wrapped tightly around something. Hayes noticed it too and opened the clutched fingers in a somewhat harsh manner. Hayes grasped the object and held it to the light of my torch. It was a stone, resembling the eye of a dragon. There was a green gemstone in its center, through which the light was refracted, falling onto the walls in a most fascinating pattern. Hayes put the stone away. He must have noticed the look on my face, because he justified himself. He remarked that the stone was better off in the hands of a researcher than those of some farmers or shepherds who might discover the cave someday.
Okay, now skip a few passages. Did they find the monastery?
Hold your horses. It's been a while since I last read this stuff. I'm a little rusty. They headed off to find the Kembalong Valley, but the approaching winter made it impossible. They couldn't make it through the mountains, so they broke off the hunt. They got home, and Hayes tried to raise money for another expedition with better equipment, but nobody was interested. People figured he was hunting myths. Uncle drew a map showing the valley's estimated location. It shows us where they gave up as well.
Perfect. We can use it.
I don't know. It's all pretty vague. How do you know the monastery exists at all?
Hayes and your uncle believed it was here. Right now, that's good enough for me. And, to be perfectly honest, it is our only chance.
Then I suppose we don't have a choice.
Wait. Can you hear that?
Sounds like an engine. Oh no. Not another plane?
No, that's not a plane. It sounds more like... Grab your stuff. Change of plan.
What?
We're following the truck. It must be going somewhere.
That is reasonable. Truck must be
Could
going
we
somewhere.
stop for a moment, please?
No, we need to keep moving. The snow's already starting to cover the tracks. Can you make it a bit further?
Do I have a choice?
I'm sure we'll find something soon.
And what makes you so sure?
I'm a boundless optimist.
Hey, what is that?
Looks like a military camp.
I didn't know Tibet had an army.
They don't. Remember that fighter plane?
Germans?
Actually, Tibet did
What are
have an
they
army.
doing here? Have they attacked
Not that
Tibet?
modern of an army.
I doubt it. Let's break out the glasses. Damn it.
What's going on?
They're holding British soldiers captive. There's at least one officer with them.
Richard?
No, not Richard. But maybe someone from his unit. They must have met the Germans somewhere along the line.
What are we going to do?
What do you think? Rescue the officer, debrief him, find the rest of his group, and get everyone home in time for tea and medals.
And we do that how?
We? Forget it, Kim. You've made it this far, but you're sitting this one out.
What? You expect me to just sit here and watch while you break into a heavily guarded military camp, get caught and tortured, and then leave me to freeze to death?
For now, we just need to get the lay of the land. Then we'll wait till dark and make a foolproof plan. How's that?
Why do I always let you talk me round?
Maybe because you actually think I'm a pretty great guy.
Dream on, Paddock.
Okay, so far, so easy. Something tells me that's about to change. This place is bigger than it looked. What the hell are the Germans up to out here?
Where are you going, Werner?
To take a leak.
Just make sure you don't fall down a crevasse. It's like Swiss cheese around here, you know.
I'm not stupid, you know.
Don't know that you leave the door open. That cold.
Good
and that.
thing he picked the other side of the barracks to do his business. The guards seem to be having a nice little tea party. If they want to slack off, that's just fine by me. Actually, another time, another place, I might join them.
Is that a shovel there? Okay. Lots of stuff, so let's look here.
I have no idea what made these holes. Strange. What a lovely party they're having. Ah well, some of us have to work. The truck Kim and I followed. It's locked. The truck Kim and I followed. It's locked.
Rope.
The rope is securing the tarpaulin.
Okay, we have rope.
I can't just strut in through the main gate. I'm not sure all the soldiers are enjoying liquid celebrations. Let's see what that sign says.
Okay. Like we fell down in there.
Wow, 2 crash landings in one day. Bad karma. Ah well, 2 crashes and no casualties. That's something. Although I dropped some of my gear. Never mind. Let's get out of here.
Paddock? Fenton, can you hear me?
Kim? Damn it, didn't I tell you to wait?
Oh, stop playing the hero. It doesn't suit you. Of course, I could always just leave you here and go back.
No, no. Just make sure nobody sees you.
Don't fret. What's it look like down there? Can you climb back up?
Not through the tunnel. I've slid down about 10 meters. But there are some passages here.
Shh, be quiet.
Kim? Kimmy? Is everything okay?
Yep, coast clear. I'll take a look around up here. There must be something we can get you back up with.
Okay, but be careful.
Always.
Now, unfortunately, we've maybe lost the rope.
Daily newspapers. Looks like the paper boy around here has his work cut out. There's all kinds of rubbish in this crate. Let's see if I can find something useful in all this. He's annoying, but I do hope Fenton finds a way back up.
Okay, sticky tape, pot and lid, and gas burner. Okay, well,
Thank goodness I didn't fall down there. Some of my things weren't so lucky. Not a chance. I can't even see the bottom.
okay.
Some large chunks of ice fell from the ceiling when I landed. I'll grab a few smaller chunks of ice, just in case I come across any fine bourbons on my travels.
Let's save this. Okay.
No idea where this leads.
I'll take a paper with me. If I need more, I'll know where to find them.
Okay.
Fancy some light reading, Paddock? Watch out!
I don't know if this is all a good idea.
It's too high and icy. I need another way out. The tunnel I slid down.
There we go.
My word, a grappling hook. I am so resourceful.
Okay.
The truck we followed. It's not doing much good here, so I'll just take it with me.
I'm feeling lucky. Let's see where this leads. This place looks familiar. Of course, as an expert scout, orientation is one of many survival skills I possess, which means I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm going round in circles. I felt a draft at one stage, so there's got to be another route out. There's a time for blind confidence, and that time is when talking to beautiful women, not when hopelessly lost in an icy cave of doom. There's a draft coming from somewhere. That must be the best route out. I just can't tell from where.
You might want to back up a bit.
There's a time for blind confidence. There's a draft. An issue of the Völkisches Tageblatt, a Nazi newspaper. The front page is plastered with a photo of German soldiers marching. A roll of sticky tape. A gas burner. Looks like it might even be full. Those are the incense sticks the natives burn. There's a time for blind confidence. There's a draft coming from somewhere.
Well, I wanted to light the newspaper on fire with one of these sticks to see if we could see where the draft was coming from. Yeah, well, maybe put more of the whatever gear left down here it is.
Doc! It's too big. It'll only get stuck. Watch it, Fenton! If this hits you in the face, you won't get any uglier, but you can still lose a few brain cells.
Doesn't make much sense while the burner's off, and even if it were on, all I do is burn my hands. Ah, alphabet soup. My favorite. I joke, of course. I prefer minestrone. Ah, I joke, of course. Seal up an empty pot. I've had better ideas. Maybe I'll hold off for the moment. That tape holds for a long time.
Okay.
I'll put some lumps of ice in the pot. Great idea. Well, it would be if the burner was switched on. That said, I'm not flame retardant. I'd need something to hold the pot over the flame. Preferably something other than my fingers.
I don't know. Don't know why we want to use that.
There's a time for blind. There's a
Anything around here more?
It's too high and icy. I need...
Why not use that? The grappling hook to get out.
Okay, let's stick the lid onto the pot. Great idea. Well, it would be if the burner was switched on. That said, I'm not flame retardant. I'd need something to hold the pot over the flame. Preferably something other than my fingers. Great idea. That said, that's enough ice for now.
The truck we followed.
Yes, but
Daily newspapers. Looks like the paper boy around here has his work cut out.
some more? I don't know.
Daily newspapers. It's too big. It'll only get stuck.
Maybe that's what we want. Maybe she should just come down here.
I better make sure I don't join him.
Hey, what would you do? We have a log. We have a grappling hook, which doesn't seem to be useful in getting out. Well, what would you do? Please post your ideas below. Don't know if I should have not gotten the rope and she could have lowered it down, or I don't know. So, post suggestions below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. See you next time for more exciting adventures looking for Vril. Didn't see that one coming, now did you?